or I could reverse the whole situation entirely because I heard the situation and I can reverse it to make sure it didn't happen to begin with.
All right, who's making toast?
Yeah, I heard that too. No, I thought you had like a thought, Aidan. Like an idea.
All right, guys, welcome back to the dopest podcast to ever grace the Queen City herself. We are the QCP. Hey, guys, how y'all doing? We're welcomed by
What's up?
your gracious host, E-Man, J-May, Sir John Legion, and Aidan. We're getting into this episode. This one's going to be called Make Me Super. This episode, we're going to be doing...
Not to be confused with Make Me Supper. Or Make Me
Yeah.
Supper. But Make Me Super.
No, super, like a superpower. I wanted all of us to come together and get one superpower for ourselves. And that one superpower also comes with a super sense and a weakness.
And a cap.
For this, yes, and a cap. You can't be OP.
You have a superpower. You have one sense to heighten. Your superpower has to have a cap, which can't. And then you have one weakness, which is absolutely arbitrary and ridiculous.
Yes, and you also have to explain how your ability works, how you would use them, in your daily life, and what are your purpose for even picking that power.
Yes.
Yep, and the hearing and the sense and the weakness as well. What was your reason for picking those? So we're gonna start it off with Aidan.
All right.
What did you come up with?
So I took the approach as if like my superpowers would like accentuate who I already am as a person. So it's not like, for example, I would have like levitation powers or something. It would be like something that I like kind of builds off of me. So for example, like my superpower was going to be like mind reading, telepathy, because what I like to do a lot of times is I like to kind of get in the minds of people in the sense of like I like to ask them deep questions and then really get into conversation with them. So it'd be like I would kind of know what they're thinking. So on top of that, I just really find it fascinating how people have different opinions or different viewpoints on things, all that kind of stuff, like how those came about. So that kind of what grows into this. So like mind reading, right? So I could just like tell what people are thinking. So I can like hear their thoughts, their voice, the way they say it and everything. And my cap to this is you have to be within 20 feet of me. Like 20 square feet of me.
Okay. Do you want the power to like basically give you exactly like if you're looking at the person you can read their mind?
Yeah, I have to be looking at that person and they have to be within 20 feet of me. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not getting bombarded with thoughts. You have to actually look at one person. And
I have to like selectively choose that person. So I can't be like, say for example, say for instance, like I can't be I don't know, say like E-Man for example is in the other room, or like he's in his apartment and I'm in my house, which is well away from 20 feet, and we're in a fantasy football draft. I can't just think about what player he's going to pick and then choose it first, kind of thing. Like does
it work in a way that you can, if you know someone's in another room, could you go through that room and go through their mind?
If I can see them and they're within 20 feet, and that works like through windows and that kind of thing. So yeah. So if they're within 20 feet of, and it can't be like a mirror, right? To keep so it's not a P, or it can't be like, you know what I'm saying, like a picture as a loophole. Like no, I have to literally be looking at the person. Can be through a window or glass or something or some sort of other medium, but I have to be able to see the actual person and they're within 20 feet of me.
Okay, one more question about that power. Yeah. So telepathy has like where you can like insert your own thoughts into someone else's mind. Can you do that as well?
Nope. It's strictly just knowing what they're thinking.
Okay.
I have a question.
Does
your ability apply to the dead, or do they have to be living?
Well, dead people don't have thoughts, so.
In reality, they don't. But this is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I'm saying. I'm building mine off of like me as an actual person.
I got you.
So it's not like.
How would you use it in your day to day?
I don't know, just knowing what people are thinking, especially like on the rugby field, being able to think like, and it works in the way of like thoughts too. So like if I were to make a decision, I don't constantly think, okay, I'm gonna step left and then throw a pass to this person. Like I don't think that. You know what I'm saying? Like your mind instantly makes the decision. Well, that would process in mine, and I would realize that it's there, like in real time. You know what I mean?
So you would be able to, like, so someone was like, I'm about, so someone mentally, they don't use your brain to say like I'm gonna move
It's
my
just an
hand,
instinctual
but
movement. But
in
like
your
they're
head it would be like, oh, he's about to move his hand.
yeah. So like I'll know what like their mental processes. So I guess I should have been more clear on that before. But like so, say for instance, like you're on the field and you're like, I have the ball. I am going to cut right to try to sidestep away from this person. I'm gonna know he's gonna cut right in the same time that he realizes he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So like I understand
Okay,
their
Mm.
current
yeah,
mental process. Yeah.
that's not bad at all.
So
Yours is
my
Wow.
eerily similar to the one I chose. Mine's slightly different, but we're on the same wavelength. But I mean,
that's good.
when I explain mine, you'll see how
Yeah.
it's different.
My sense that I want to heighten is
Oh,
vision.
hold on, you
I
want
thought
that?
we're doing
Okay,
all. I thought
yeah.
we're doing
Oh,
all
we
of
can
it
do
at
it in one
once.
go.
I thought
Okay, yeah,
I
do
Yeah,
it
thought
in
that's
one
what you're
go.
saying. Yeah,
Okay, that works for me too.
yeah. So my heightened sense would be vision, because I'm visually impaired. I'm a nearsighted boy, so that would help me a lot. So I don't have to wear glasses or anything.
You get a laser eye surgery real quick.
No, but you know what I'm saying though. Like as I said, I'm trying to build it off of me as a person.
Yeah, I got you.
So
I got you.
I would have better eyesight, so improved eyesight. It would be like eagle. I could adjust, but like that would be something that me personally, I have a deficiency in my vision, so therefore it would make my vision better. But like obviously it would be heightened.
So, how
But yeah,
much better would you want it to be? Would you want to be able to be like you
like I
can
said,
see
like
really,
like an
really
eagle.
far?
Like I said, like an eagle.
Okay, eagle. Okay.
Yeah. And then my
Hmm.
weakness is 9 gauge guitar strings. If you see, for those of you who play like guitar and everything, I started off as a bass player, so and I also play a lot of metal, so I like to like go hard and aggressive. So having the attack on 9 gauge guitar strings is just it's too much for me, too much buzzing, and they're too thin. So yeah, 9 gauge guitar strings are my weakness.
Someone just shoves a guitar in your face. No, no,
I mean,
please.
if they're playing a guitar with 9 gauge guitar strings, then
So it would be the sound that gets you, or it'd be
yeah,
You're
the
like,
dude,
like.
my
ah.
my judgment would be clouded, because
Okay,
that's how it
okay.
would affect me. So like a weakness, right? So I can't like
So
read
you
people's
would be able
thoughts.
to read anybody's mind. You
If
just
I
be,
can
oh my gosh,
if I can audibly hear 9 gauge guitar strings, then my mind
Imagine a
my
villain
powers will
bringing
work.
a guitar.
you're going against the rock star.
But yeah, but that's my arbitrary, pointless weakness.
Okay, okay. All right, J-Man, go
Hmm.
ahead.
Yeah. So just hold on, just to make sure the cap is like the limit.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Um. Okay. So I decided to. My power is telekinesis. So um,
Gosh
that's
darn
my
it,
power.
Aidan, why would you? Oh, you suck.
You got the same thing?
I had the same thing. I'm gonna switch it now, you sucker.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it could be two. When I don't know.
I
No,
mean,
no,
if he's
no.
got an alternate
Same
choice, like that's fine
definition.
too.
And you're gonna say the same thing I want. So just yeah, you got it. I'm gonna pick something else while you go.
I figured at least one of us would choose telekinesis.
Yeah, because I mean, my thing is when I saw like what was it? It was X-Men, and I saw how Jean had all that power. Remember,
Hmm
what was it, the third movie? I was like, you know
Yes,
what? That's what I want right
Jean.
there.
Jean's the cat. That's because she's like the most powerful telekinetic person I could think of in comics
Yeah,
personally. So I'll she's gonna be the cap, and she's ultra super powerful. No one messes with her. So
yeah. But see, what made her like? It was something about like she couldn't control her powers in the end. I didn't know what that was, but I'm like, okay,
Well, she couldn't. Well, she couldn't control him when she has the Phoenix Force. She can't. That's
yeah,
she has trouble. Her powers are essentially limitless, but it also ends up controlling her personality and sorts, and she starts to lose certain. She's a lot less restrained, not just in how she uses her powers, but also her personality. Like it brings out a lot of urges and desires that she otherwise, like I said, would keep like under wraps.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so my heightened sense would be vision.
Oh, well, I had a
Um,
question. I had a question about the telekinesis. So,
oh, go ahead.
um, so you're at the cap of her power, right? So you can
Uh
do
huh.
whatever you feel like doing with that power. Um,
Yep.
so how would you use it for your day to day life, though? Like,
My
I
day to
mean,
day
I get,
life.
yeah, like it's helpful, but like, where you gonna be,
Uh,
like, just lifting stuff up with your mind, just like randomly. You're in the kitchen with your mom, and she's like,
yeah,
"Oh, you
that's what
have
I'll be
oh,
like. Yeah, my mom will be like, "Hey, do the dishes." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just
just
I'll go
mentally put your
downstairs."
mind over there to put your dishes over there."
Yeah, I can multi. Actually, I can just sit down, pick up the remote with my telekinesis, make my bed with telekinesis, do laundry with the telekinesis. I'm
You
just sitting
basically
there.
would not need to move anymore. You'd get fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
he'd, get, he'd get fat because he'd just sit there and he'd have the food float to his mouth. Jimmy would never move again.
Or I'll just throw food at somebody and act like I didn't do it.
He starts food fights for no
Hey,
reason.
that'd be dope.
He starts food fights for no, or you would get in a fight. You would get in a fight with someone, and you just like basically take their hand and make it go
And
past.
slap them.
Yeah, you wouldn't actually fight them. You just make you take your mind and let them punch themselves in the face.
Exactly.
Next thing,
But
yeah.
yeah, my heightened sense would be it would be vision. Yeah, I chose vision. Only because vision, I think that helps with like concentration, and that's one thing about telekinesis is you have to focus on the object you're trying to move. So that would be my heightened sense. We already talked about the cap. What was the other thing? My what was the other one?
Weakness?
Yeah, my weakness. I don't have this written down. My weakness would be you know the like the spiral trance thing, like they have like the little necklace with like they'll shake it side to side like the um
Oh,
you guys know what I'm talking about?
the hypnosis.
Yeah,
Hypnosis.
yeah,
Yeah, hypnosis pendant.
Okay.
yeah.
Also, didn't think about this. You actually can use your telekinesis for flight because you can lift yourself up.
I'm not. I bet
That's
J-May didn't even know that.
Nope,
oh,
he
I
did.
knew it. I actually
Oh, did
did.
okay? All right,
You
never
did?
mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
he thought about it. He
Uh-huh.
thought about it. You
I
got
knew it.
flight. You have basically the little normal powers that most people have, so like super strength. Because you can basically move your mind to make anything strong enough to push.
Now
Think
here's a
about
good question, right? Because Gene was like a really powerful character.
Yeah.
Who do you think
Essentially, the
would
villain.
who do you think would win like in a battle? Thanos or Gene?
Are you talking Thanos pre-glove or glove?
Thanos
Uh
by himself wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to beat Jean Grey. No, but
pre
with the
Yeah, no glove. He getting his ass whooped. But
yeah, he's getting
glove,
whacked. So yeah.
he got a chance. See, he might be able to hold himself up for a little bit if he may turn her into like a bunny or something, but stomp on her. But I don't think he'd think of
because
something
I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, both two powerful forces.
I mean, now granted, Thanos isn't. I mean, he's not the most powerful villain of all. Like within the Marvel universe, you can. I mean, he's obviously. I mean, he's obviously of God status, but I mean, he can obviously be. He can obviously be defeated, and not even just by like another what you call, because he's from like a select group of beings, and the name is just escaping me. Um, oh, you may help me out. What's what group is Thanos from?
Oh, you mean that little race where they all look normal, but he
Yeah,
looks really
yeah, he's
weird?
from a specific. Yeah, he's from a
Uh,
specific race, but
it's like a something K. I think it's a K. It's not a K. It's something. Let me find my phone. I could type it in and I could tell you.
right,
But
right, but basically what I'm getting at is that like there are a lot of characters like is like specifically Earth based characters that could take Thanos. It's
Squirrel
way,
Girl, bruh.
huh?
Squirrel Girl.
Well, who could take Thanos? Because when I mean,
Well, Jean Grey's one.
what? Oh yeah, Jean. Of course, Jean Grey. But I'm talking about you. You said there are plenty of them that could take Thanos. So I
Thor.
was thinking like
We say
Thor.
it
He
Yeah.
said
Thor, come on, man.
Thor could possibly take Thanos.
And
He
he's
could.
not talking
Thor,
about MCU.
Thor,
Talking about comic books.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
Thor,
talking MCU. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm just talking in general, just based off power. And
I'm
again,
unsure. I'm unsure because of Thanos has that glove and his comic book Thanos. The comic book Thanos don't play. He handles his business. Thanos in the
Yeah.
movies was the one playing around with his junk, but comic book Thanos was dark. He probably like Thor might have a chance, but if it gets down to the nitty gritty, he gonna do what he take Thor out if he
yeah,
needs.
dude, I told you guys in a previous episode we did. Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet comic is with the glove is way more ruthless than he ever was in the movies. Like it's really not close.
It's the
It's not
Titanians
close.
and Eternals. That's what Thanos is.
Right, right. There you go. Oh, so he's an eternal. He's an
He's
eternal.
an Eternal. He's an Eternal. Yes,
Okay.
he's a mutant Eternal. Basically, that's why he looks all weirdy.
Yeah.
So, like as powerful as he was in the MCU movies, not even, it doesn't even compare to like what he was doing with the Infinity Glove in the comic. Yeah, I mean Scarlet Witch was another. Basically, anybody that has the ability of anybody that's a level 5 mutant, which obviously Jean Grey is. She's an Omega level mutant. Scarlet Witch in a couple of different universes was also an Omega level mutant. Not in every universe, but in certain ones. Yeah, but telekinesis that's a huge advantage against when taking on a god like Thanos.
Yeah.
But essentially, from what I'm hearing, it almost sounds like your superpower doesn't really have much of a cap.
If he's at Jean Grey's power,
Yeah,
then
because
He's literally
yeah,
just
that's
a dude, Jean Grey, pretty much.
yeah, he's just a dude doing Jean Grey.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want much of it. I wanted all the power. That's what I
He
wanted.
wants all
Yeah,
the
I know. Okay. So, all right. So you gave us your weakness, right? Yeah. You
Yep.
said hypnosis. Okay.
Hmm.
hypnosis. I'm gonna just bring a pocket watch with me wherever I go now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So,
Make sure he doesn't stop me.
okay. So you're susceptible to being hypnotized. Basically, it's a little with the little medallion thing. Okay. That's nice. That's a little. Okay.
Yeah, I had to make mine make sense.
Yeah. I feel you. Okay. Well, then you guys are really probably. Then I'll take that bet. You guys probably won't like mine, but.
I mean, Aiden said guitar string, so we can probably take anything at this point.
yeah. We've gone out the realm of possibility, so might as well go completely balls to the wall crazy. What do we got? What you got, Tyler?
Okay. So mine is, like I said, mine is actually similar. My superpower is actually similar to Aiden's, but there's a slight difference. My superpower would be intelligence absorption, which is which is actually one that I chose like off the website that I sent to you guys. And that's basically the ability to absorb the intelligence of others, including their memories and intellectual skills. Now let me break that down. Basically, any like any person or like a book or anything like that. If I wanted to learn something, like if I wanted to learn a certain amount of knowledge, from a person or something, I wouldn't have to like sit down and like study it to basically to process the information. I could
You're
just
pretty much just a human sponge.
yeah, to a certain point, yeah, basically a human sponge, essentially. But the only thing is, it's kind of like being able to read their mind because, but the thing is, I wouldn't be using it just to see what somebody was thinking. It would be it
Absorb
would
their
be
knowledge. Yeah.
yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
would you be able to like basically take someone's memories so they forget them, or they get
Well,
to keep
no,
their memories?
not to forget them. It would just be to
It
just
would
be able
just
to
it would be like copying pasting a file from their mind to his.
Okay, so it's staying there. It's just you get the information as well now.
Yeah.
So now you know and they know.
Yes.
Wait, can I explain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I'll be.
taking a guess of what it was. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'd be able to, I'd basically be able to absorb it, but it would, like I said, it would be selective knowledge. It would have to be something that they themselves have knowledge of. I just couldn't pull it from anybody. For instance, say, I'll give an example. Say I wanted to understand the characteristics of astrophysics, right? I would essentially just,
Find an
but here's the thing.
astrophysicist.
Right. But
Yeah.
I didn't make up in my mind whether or not I wanted to be able to absorb it by touch or just looking at them. Like that was one thing that I didn't take into account. So I
I feel like
guess
that could be your cap, so you'd have to touch them. You know what I'm
I have
saying?
to touch them. Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like that would
Yeah.
be your cap. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that meant yeah. So I'd have to do it by touch. And I also, and again, it doesn't have to be a person. Like I could do this with a book. I could do this with the computer. With anything that holds any sort of knowledge, I would be able to absorb from through touch. And also, so the cap to that would be, like I said, it would be knowledge that I would need for like a need to know basis because in a way, I'm a fan of stories that involve, like they're centered around people who are detectives and stuff like that. So if I was like a private investigator or something like that, this would obviously, become, this skill would obviously become very in handy for that if I wanted to find out something.
So pretty much what you're saying is like you could absorb their knowledge, but it's like a selective choice. So for example,
Yeah.
it's like say you needed like you were going to cheat on a test, right?
Hmm.
You would shake hands with your professor the day before or something, and then
Yeah.
you wouldn't absorb everything he knows, just strictly the knowledge of what he
Just
knows
the
is going to
answer
be on
from
the
the test.
test.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, like I'm not. I wouldn't give. I'm not able to read the mind of somebody who like. I wouldn't be able to know what they had for breakfast, that morning or anything like that because it
Unless that's
wouldn't
what you
be
want to know.
right. Yeah, yeah. Because technically, unless I actually needed to know that information, then I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to access it.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I like that. That's so
Oh yeah, it's
it,
an
that's
interesting
I want
cap.
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought a really interesting one to the field. So you can pick and choose whatever kind of information you want to know.
Yeah, but
So you
his main things he has to like it has to have some sort of pressing importance on his life, regardless
Right.
of
It,
degree. It
would
can't
have
just
to
be like
be,
some random thing. Like
right.
he
It would
needs
have
to
to
know it
be.
for something.
Yeah. It would
okay?
have to be
He
on a
said
need to.
no.
It would have to be on a need to know basis.
I need to
So like
know. Okay.
he can't just come up to you and just be like, "Oh, like he said, like what you may eat for breakfast this morning." Unless you have like an allergy and you're sick on something and he needs to know if that's what it is, like he can't just know that because there has no importance on his life. Am I correct
Yeah.
saying that?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the same thing goes for memories too. Like I wouldn't be able to like read something that in your brain that happened to you like in your past unless I needed to know to solve a problem or like solve a mystery or solve a murder or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'd be able to absorb it.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me. How mine is literally just like real time. Like I can't
Hmm.
just look into their mind and think about a thought they thought 2 weeks ago. It's like, what are they
Yeah.
currently thinking in this present moment?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that would be the cat.
yeah, that's part of mine. Yeah,
All right. And as for sense, I mean, it's the sense that I would choose to heighten. It's pretty much a running theme at this point between us. I chose vision. I chose eyesight. Uh, because and I mean I looked up an article and essentially let's see. Oh dang, I don't even have the name of the article on it. But anyway, okay. But I'd say it was credible though. It was like one of those. It's one of those websites that tell you that are like for that gives you information on eyesight and stuff like that. I think it's called Zeiss. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second because I literally had Zeiss.com vision care. That's yeah. So and basically, it was explained. It's explained that. Let me get my notes. Sorry, I got my notes on a micro Google Doc file. Let me bring it back up. Okay, yeah. So We as humans, we perceive up to 80% of all impressions by means of our sight. And if other senses, like such as like taste or smell or touch, stop working, then the best, the most useful sense to have to protect us from danger would be sight, still having the ability to see. And as far as cap for my eyesight, well, I basically would give myself the one right above, so it still wouldn't be OP. It'd be right above 20/20 vision. So that'd be like would that basically be 10/10 vision, right?
I don't know. I don't know what the
Yeah,
numbers are.
I mean, you'd be a little better at sight. Like you could see a little better than most people.
He would have like 4K vision as opposed to 1080p vision.
Right,
Okay.
because for humans, if I'm not mistaken, like uh, the ultimate for vision is 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, so I basically have 10/10 vision, or I mean to a more powerful extent, owl vision, because they can literally see like they can like literally like spin their. Well, no, that'd be another ability. I'd have to have owl anatomy, I think.
But so
Yeah.
it'd be the same thing to me, like an eagle or a bird, some sort of predatory bird. How they have that kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, think before you go, E-Man. But just like think about like in terms of negatives that could come with the heightened senses, like vision. Like there's really not a negative to having better sight, but like think
Yeah.
about because obviously with everything has a positive and a negative. So like take smell for example. Well, if you had heightened smell, like good smells would just be extremely good, but then bad smells would be extremely bad. No one wants that. Or then you've got like touch, for example. You
Everything
would
would just
feel
feel
Well, no, I think
immense
that,
pain.
yeah.
hold on. Let me say this. I think having a heightened sense of sight, it could definitely work against you if
It can mess
because
with your perception.
how would you be able to retract your sight if it was
Yeah.
heightened? Like, maybe you'd end up seeing some things that you didn't want to see.
You'd see something like too close, or you would see something
Yeah.
too clear and up there in your face, and now you just can't see a thing now because I can.
Well,
It's too well.
if going
Like
back
you
to
have too much
the bird
focus.
vision thing is they have like a focus that they do. So like it's kind of like a camera focus in a way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
So let's take it as that you can kind of tweak your sense that you don't always have it in like in like
Yeah.
working in a
And
way.
obviously
You
what
can
I'm saying with the other ones, like you don't
off.
always have to have like height. Like obviously if you had a heightened sense, you would be selective. Like you wouldn't always have like extreme smell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
But I'm just saying
always
like in
hearing
terms
things
of just
super
looking at
hard.
the negative sides in general.
Okay.
Okay.
So all right. So and finally, my weakness, and this is something that whenever it happens, I'm going to explain it, but it basically completely nullifies both my heightened sense and my supernatural ability, my intelligence absorption. To basically it basically relegates me to like an average person, like basically me without any abilities.
Okay.
Anytime the song
Oh,
"Party
here we go.
USA" by Miley Cyrus is playing,
Oh no. Oh.
Oh man, this man would die at a bonfire.
That's all. That's already my weakness in real life.
if that song is playing anywhere in my vicinity or within hearing distance, I
Oh.
lose. I
He's
my both my
instantly incapacitated.
superpower, huh?
Instantly incapacitated.
Yeah, completely incapacitates my superpower and my enhanced sense of sight,
So
rendering me to basically an average human. Like
so what I'm
I'd
hearing is
be
that
useless
like
essentially.
Boombox Man would take you down.
Exactly. Somebody being like
Yeah,
a boombox.
I'd have to make him obsolete.
He's got like a little boombox on the side of his shoulders, and then he's just playing random music while he's fighting you.
Yeah, bro, I gotta destroy that. Yeah, I'd have to destroy that boombox. Yeah.
You're like, let me take my phone out then.
So I put my hands up, punches
Now I have
tightly,
to go through.
goes
Now we have
down.
to go through. Either that, I'd have to basically walk around with earplugs in order to keep my with earphones or earmuffs to basically prevent my ears from hearing the song in case I was ever in danger of hearing it, or like if I was in battle or something like that.
I just want to know who's randomly playing "Party in the USA" in the middle of like an intense battle, like to save the world.
Well, a lot of times the villains know the hero's weaknesses, so
They
like,
would eventually learn it, but like I don't know, like
Yeah.
how you'd find something so obscure for someone like that. Like you'd eventually be like, "Yo, I can't beat this dude. Like, what is else to do? Only thing left on here is to play Party in the USA. Why would I ever do that? Like, when would I ever do that?" And then it just happens to work.
You be like, hey, man. I know we've been fighting for a while, but can I just play a little music? Can I take a break?
I need to play this. This is my song, man. It gets me in the zone.
Yeah.
what
But
about
again,
parody?
like,
What
but
about
again,
parody
here's the
versions of the song?
So it has to be the song, or just any version.
thing. Well, it
So
has
like,
to,
what if
well,
we
it has
play
to
the
be.
Weird Al Yankovic whatever version, the Party in the CIA? Would that count?
No,
Or the
because
Chipmunk version.
it's not Miley Cyrus's voice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it has to be Miley singing the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be her track. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if
Because
it's the Chipmunk version,
I've never heard the Weird Al Yankovic version.
It's
So
a good one.
I'll
I'll
go
link
to
it in the
That sounds
Discord.
kind of funny.
no, that's okay. That's okay. I'm good.
That sounds funny. I'll watch it. Put in the Discord.
I got you.
No, but
Okay, so that's me. E-Man.
all right, it's me. All right. So
Closing it out.
because Jesse took telekinesis, which is totally okay, I had to come up with a new power. My new power, which I did find and I like a lot, is time manipulation. This power revolves around that I can reverse, accelerate, slow down, or stop time completely. My cap for this power is that I personally can only I can only reverse time for 24 hours. I can stop
Okay.
time. Let's say 24 hours as well. Stop time for 24 hours. I don't know if that really does that encapsulate can I stop or reverse a certain object as well?
I don't know. It's power.
Well, it depends on what that object was doing within the time frame that you
24
are.
hours, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll put it that I can touch an object and do that too, just because time manipulation counts for everything. Manipulation.
Physically, you could alter it because, like, obviously, if you were able to manipulate time, I would assume that you have the ability to still move during that, or are you
Yeah.
completely still and you can't? Okay, well then, yeah, you can do what you want at that
So
point.
no matter his surroundings, he himself is moving in real time.
I'm moving perfectly fine. Yeah, my body personally is moving the exact same speed I've been moving the rest of my life. It's just everything else either slowed, accelerated, or anything like that.
Yeah, like you're watching The Flash or something, and it's like
Yeah.
he's still moving regular speed, but everyone else is like super slow. That same general idea.
That same general idea. And the acceleration, that has no cap. I can accelerate something to death if I want to. But the acceleration is the only one that has a. But the reversing and the
But I thought you
stopping,
said you could only do it for 24 hours.
that was for the reversing and the acceleration, and for the stop and the reversing. But the acceleration.
Oh, you can only go back 24 hours, but you can.
I can only go.
You
back
can
24
accelerate,
hours or
however.
stop for 24
Oh,
hours,
so like
but
if you go too far, you can't go all the way back.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can
that's
stop
cool.
for 24 hours, reverse for 24 hours. I guess slow for 24 hours, but acceleration has no cap. It's just
okay. So that's kind of cool. So that could bring like a possible folly. That's interesting.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you could physically be like, all right, I'm gonna stop the situation, but if I speed the situation up, I can keep on going for as long as I want with that.
As long as it doesn't surpass 24 hours.
Yep. So
This makes kind of scary because you don't know unless you can predict the future, to just accelerate time and not know what was going to happen, like what was going to happen in the immediate future. That's pretty.
But that's what he's saying. But if as long as he doesn't accelerate past 24 hours, he can go back to where he was.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh,
So
damn,
if I accelerate for like 3 years, right? Once I get to a certain time in 3 years, I only can go back 24 hours from that point I started.
Oh wow,
that's pretty good, man. Hey.
Yeah. So, I think the super sense I want to add to that, oddly enough, will be hearing.
That was my second. That was gonna be my backup. It was either if I didn't choose sight, I was gonna go with hearing. I think that would have been my second choice.
I was thinking about sight, but then I was like, I just look at something. That really ain't gonna do nothing for me. Like I feel, But if I can hear, like, okay, this person's in danger, Or, okay, I hear this mugging across the street. I can stop the time and get there in time to help. Or I
Becomes
can,
Bob Parr.
or
Getting
I can slow it
away.
down,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and get there in time so that the event doesn't happen. Or I could reverse the whole situation entirely because I heard the situation and I can reverse it to make sure it didn't happen to begin with.
All right, who's making toast?
Yeah, I heard that too. No, I thought you had like a thought, Aidan, like an idea.
That would perfect. Nah, but yeah, that's my time manipulation. And I say my weakness. We're gonna say clocks. My weakness is gonna be a clock, and it only can be not the analog one. This is not analog. It's the ones with the
Digital.
yeah. No. Mm,
Well, digital clock is the opposite of an analog clock.
yeah.
Wait, how would it be? How would a clock be your weakness?
Someone throws a clock at me, I go down completely.
Oh, that's really.
So if he comes if he comes into contact with anything that tells
Like any.
time.
So let me let me do analog. Let me do analog completely.
Okay.
Analog clock. It can be it could be like a clock on your wrist, as long as it has the analog. It could be big one on like a wall. It could be one that's on the top of a school, like the ones that have like on the top of the school
Okay.
classrooms and
Yeah,
stuff.
but do you have to come into
Anything like
physical contact with it, or just see it?
Physical contact. Someone
Okay.
has to literally touch me with a clock, and I can't do anything. I will get super weak, and that you can take me down easily.
We should turn this into our own comic book.
Really,
That's
really
what I
should.
was saying.
Just have
I wanted to wait. I
the
wanted to wait till
QCP
what
team.
we all heard.
So what?
I wanted to wait until we all reveal what they were, but I was like, if these end up being dope, this would actually be. We should totally come back to this and expand on these choices, maybe flesh out these characters that we might eventually like end up creating. But yeah,
Pretty sick.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think I would be like an anti-hero.
With telekinesis? I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't always have to be an anti-hero with that kind of power. It just always ends up being anti-heroes that always get that power.
No, I'm saying I think I would choose to be anti-hero.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Time manipulation, I'd use it for evil. I'd totally be an evil.
So E-Man would be the villain that we would work against.
Yeah.
Like, I got your powers, but like, I could literally slow down the whole entire thing and be like, you know what? This ain't gonna happen this way. Y'all
But
try to
then I can tell. Then if I'm close to you, I can tell when you're gonna reverse time.
That is true. See, there's
But I don't know how that would help me.
Oh no!
And I want to watch them all the time.
Well, okay, I think an interesting way to bring it home would be like each one of us kind of talking about getting in contact with the other person. So, like, say we were going to come into battle with like another person. So, like for example, me against E-Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell when he's going to. Like,
you can tell when I'm going to use the power.
I can tell like when you're going to use it, how far forward or backward you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that would affect me, but I would know it.
It's kind of like when I hear about people saying they want spider sense as a power. Like, it's all cool and everything, but you don't have the physical ability to dodge whatever's coming to you.
Yeah.
Like, someone can be like, oh, I feel someone's going to punch me in the face, but I don't have the physical agility to dodge that punch, so I'm still going to get punched. It doesn't really help anything. It tells you something's going to happen.
Yeah, but you might have the reflexes, though, right?
Wait, unless you had like time to
you would just
know.
Because here's the thing.
No, he's talking about strictly the spider's sense.
Yeah,
just by itself.
Spider-Man knows. Here we go. Spider-Man knows something's coming to go hit him, but he can dodge it. We cannot dodge it because we do not have his agility or any of his super abilities to dodge whatever's coming to us. We would just know, oh, someone's about to go punch me. Nope, it happened.
Yeah. So then, like me against Tyler.
That's a good point. Because actually,
that would kind of negate because me and Tyler are very similar.
Yeah.
So it's not like we would. For us, it would basically just be a straight up fist fight. There's whoever's the better athlete.
Yeah, at that point, we might as well just be partners. At that point,
but that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like in general, like in terms of if we were to come into combat with the other characters, like that's the point of going like a one-on-one standoff. So then me against.
Well, we don't know.
So what?
Well, here's the thing. I might actually add. I might actually get myself a weapon. Well, we haven't.
Well, that was part of the stipulation, so we didn't prepare for that.
I know that's what I'm saying, but we might choose to do that. You know, in the future or future episode.
Well, you know what, Tyler? You can bring all the weapons you want. All I have to do for you is bring a radio.
He's done for.
He's done for.
He's done for.
Here's
That's
look,
what clocks at me.
His weapon is the dubstep gun from Saints Row.
It says the dubstep. Okay, hold up. The dubstep version of "Party in the USA" would that work on you? Because it's Molly.
oh my God! You know what?
Dubstep.
You know
No, he's
what?
talking about the original studio recording, and leave it at that.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Dang
Hold
it!
on, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it. Yeah,
Yes.
dubstep version as well. That's right.
That's
Because I
perfect.
hate because I don't like dubstep.
And so when it starts playing dubstep, "Party in the USA," Tyler starts crippling to the ground.
I think
Like, like, wait a minute. I thought you had all these guns, man. You got a machete. Oh, wait. You need crippling?
yeah, but I have you know what? You know what? Whenever we figure out what my outfit would be, I'd have to basically be walking around with a pouch that has
He would
earplugs
just be
in it.
Megamind.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, hold on. So say me and Tyler were to use our powers against each other. We would both just explode because of sensory overload. because
Oh,
Yeah, that's
because
true.
if he's actively trying to absorb the knowledge of me knowing the knowledge he's trying to absorb, it's just straight up knowledge overload.
It'll
Yeah.
basically be like him just be like, "Oh, you're trying to read my mind. Oh, I'm
trying to
reading
read
your
your mind."
mind as you're reading my mind." It was just a constant cycle of that. Yes, it would literally y'all would sit there. Y'all would probably like slow down and like.
It would be that the scene from that one movie where the guys are getting up each other's face and they're complimenting each other. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
actually, now if you think about it, if you remember the movie, in the X-Men movies, Charles and Eric and Magneto, they used to play chess against each other. So they they'd obviously be trying to read each other's minds, as to what move the other was going to make first. So maybe not sensory overload, but
How would
it would
that
just
work?
be.
That's insane. If you both know exactly what you're gonna do. I
Well, no,
guess that,
you'd have to use you'd have to think one thing but do something else. That's how it would
It
work.
couldn't work. It couldn't work with Aiden's power because he would know what you're gonna do.
yeah, but at
Well,
the same time, if I'm playing, say me and Tyler are playing chess, he needs to know what I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth because
He has a touch.
like
So like you just
well,
randomly touch your hand in the middle of the game. He just
oh, that's true. No, so then
yeah.
I would destroy him because, like I said, it's a real time and it could be both instinctual and actual thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He literally would have to play the game 20 feet away from you to be able to.
Yeah.
So Tyler would have a harder time beating you in a game of chess. And I guess like in a like
because
fight,
he can see me, right? Because he can look at me.
he can,
I mean,
he can just look at you and do it. You'd have to like actually like physically reach out and touch his hand while he plays the game and
Oh,
figure out.
I have a question about Tyler's power. So, say you're trying to take knowledge from somebody or absorb their knowledge. Do you have to physically be touching them as a person, like their skin or their hair or something, or can you be like
Ooh,
touching their clothes? So, say you
that's a good
shake hands
question.
with someone who's like wearing a glove.
okay, so so I thought about that. Yeah, so I did just sort of come up on the spot that the only way to access it would be through touch. Which I mean, now that you guys have brought up so many holes in my game, I'm actually starting to rethink that. I'm actually wanting to change it,
But then again, like that's what makes it.
I know,
Yeah,
it's what
Yeah,
makes it fun. I get it,
it's
but
also
no, I wouldn't have to touch their. I wouldn't have to touch their skin. It would just have to be
something that they
like,
are directly touching.
it's
so
like that.
say someone's okay. So if Aiden's arms on the coffee table as you're playing chess, you could.
Well, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. What about this? What if I was able to like? What if I could access their minds through like their fingerprints or something like that?
I don't know how often would you
Yeah.
just get on someone's fingerprint though. Like you just, oh, Aiden had his hand right here on the coffee table.
I mean, hold on, maybe not, but like their DNA. Like it could be anything, like sweat or like fingerprints or
Well,
like.
that would be cool, but then again, how would you be able to access our brain if that doesn't have connection to it? Oh, well, true, that's true. You
It's
said it
just
is
any part of
objects. It is just
fluke
objects. But
you. So
then
like,
again, at the same time, like if you were to touch a book and get the knowledge from the book, it's because there's whatever's literally inside that book. If you were to touch
Yeah.
DNA, technically speaking, the only knowledge you would get is my chemical makeup.
Yeah. Good point. Well,
So I do like the aspect of anything that the person is touching. That makes it a lot easier to like.
Well, but then again, like he's touching the same air as I am, so therefore.
That would make it kind of.
And air is a physical object. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
if we were playing chess, you'd have to touch the chessboard, though.
Yeah. So maybe it's got to be something. I don't know. I don't know how you would even
Interesting.
like
I'm not gonna lie. I actually like
a way to make it not OP, but also make it make sense. You know,
Yeah.
because if you can touch anything and he reads, whatever you're getting at in your mind, then it should be air. Could be the ground y'all are standing on. It would be in the game. You would know everything he's doing.
Yeah, well, we'd have to cap that. We'd have to cap that and make it more break it down to something a little bit more specific. Like I
Maybe
wouldn't
not
use it,
molecular level.
huh?
Maybe not molecular level. So like you couldn't.
Yeah, not on a molecular level. It'd have to be just something that like the way Aidan explained it earlier, like just something that he was probably like touching in the moment, like as if it was something like that, something to that effect.
Okay.
I don't know. This is what makes it fun. I'd have to do some more tweaking, but I do like that.
So May, I think a good way for you to go and fight people with your telekinesis power is to carry around like a bag of quarters, just quarters.
Ooh,
Like think about
that
it.
could
Like
be a good idea. I
a
could.
fast quarter is gonna hurt a lot. You seen what's called X-Men First Class when
Yeah,
man
that's how Magneto killed who? What was his name?
Dang
I
it!
didn't see that movie yet.
Dude, First Class was the best one. First Class was the best X-Men movie.
I
First
like
Class was the what was the when they were
Elton
all younger?
Yeah, where we learned Charles Xavier got a straight bullet in his back and lost his legs.
Oh yeah.
Man, that man, he took him out.
No, if it hit him in his spine, that would have killed him. But he took the bullet in his thigh.
But yeah, like that. You just carry around some quarters, Jesse, and just like hook
That would be a good idea. Yeah,
like someone
Dude,
just like
that's exactly how he killed. That's exactly how Magneto killed the guy who invented the helmet that he walks around he walks around with.
put the quarter to the dude's head.
Through his
oh
head.
yeah, and imagine Magneto in that pain he had to go through. He was screaming like, "Ooh."
Bro, that's gotta be painful, man. Just like it's slowly happening, and it's what I'd slow down the time so they could feel it even more. They just let it every single moment of the quarter going through. Just let them feel every single moment.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
But here's a possible thing to that though. If you're the one changing the time, would it affect you or them as well? Because here's the thing. Time technically doesn't exist. So, if you were to do that, would it affect everyone? So, if you were to slow it down for you, would it accelerate and everything? You know what I'm saying? Or for everyone else around you?
No, Jesse and E-Man would have to use their powers together. It would have to be like in congruence. Like E-Man would have to freeze time, and then if Jesse was going to try and kill somebody with a quarter, it would he'd have to time would have to stand still, and then he'd have to do it to make it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jeez.
So they'd have to be using their powers at the same time.
I'd have Jesse cut the quarter. I'd freeze the time, move the guy in front of the quarter or wherever it's gonna be, and then restart time so they can shoot right through him.
Jeez.
Yeah, you'd be a great sidekick.
Man.
Well, okay, but once you move him, and then you pull back time, wouldn't he just move right back to where you were before you moved him?
No, he would.
Not freezing time if you froze it.
If I slow down time or froze and moved him to wherever I want him to be, it'd kind of be like a kinetic pull though. So he would feel everything it just happened to him. So like he got moved really suddenly out of slowing time, and then I restarted time. He'd feel that jolt to his body.
Jeez.
So that would be serious.
It would be the slowest of painful deaths. It would be the slowest of the slow. It would.
I'd slow down time, grab somebody, and shake them really bad, and then start time.
So when you stop time, this is what I was thinking too. Like when you stop time, that means your conscience stops too, right? Or no?
No, I'm still
No,
good.
because you can move your eyes. You can
Yeah,
move your eyes.
I'm completely fine.
No, I'm talking about like everybody else.
Everyone else, they would stop.
Yeah, I'm
Or
talking. I'm talking about like their conscience though.
so they can see me doing what I'm about to go do.
Yeah, like everybody still, but like consciously they know they're aware that they're still.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're
I
saying.
don't know because then I feel like that would mess up. But like, yeah, that I like that. Let me go with that. They can go like that. But now I know Aidan and my man Sir John Legion. They would have their like see what I'm doing, and then
Right.
be able to.
Oh, but you know what? But then again, like watching like X-Men. Remember, I think it was what it might have been the second movie when they were in the newsroom. I think it was the first movie. They were in the newsroom, and
Mhm.
it was the president, and then they stopped time, and then once they started back time, he had to read off of that board. So consciously, I think your conscience does stop. I
Yeah, your
think.
conscious. If you stop time, your conscious would stop.
Yeah.
Everybody else like they did. Everybody else in that room, their conscience had stopped. Like Xavier had froze them, but everybody except the president though he was still.
He was still in the moment,
Yeah.
seeing what's
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
like. Yo, why is everybody frozen? You know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I can. So would I have the? I don't know if I'd add that. Like, could I like pick someone to have outside of if I touch them with my power while I'm using it? Mm.
An interesting cap.
Would that be a cool? Would be that cool idea if I could just like if I wanted to bring.
Depending on what you chose is what I'm saying because because like whenever Doctor Strange stops time or Professor Xavier, like the people and they can like basically like stop time throughout like the entire world, right?
Yeah,
Well, to a certain extent, but like people, the only people that know it happens are that know that time has been stopped are other telepaths, basically.
yeah. So Jesse would know. I mean, no, telekinesis is completely different. Not that. Who has? No one has like the super thought, anything like
Me,
that of that. You?
as long as you're within
I,
20 feet of me.
well, I thought that was only like you know what their thoughts are, not
Well,
you.
no, that's what I'm saying. I understand your real time thoughts and like brain processes. So like I'm saying,
Okay.
like
And I could
when
find that.
you reach for your water bottle, you don't consciously think reach for a water bottle, pick up, tilt towards mouth. You don't think it, you just do. And I understand that. So like I was saying in rugby, you don't like if you were playing football or whatever, you catch the ball and the guy's about to hit you and you cut to the left to get away from him, you don't consciously think I'm gonna cut to the left. It's just an instinctual reaction to get away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. I understand you're gonna do that because your body is consciously thinking of it's subconsciously thinking to do that. Your mind is still processing it. It's just subconscious. Both subconscious and conscious I can understand because it's what your brain is constantly processing. So I understand what your brain is currently processing.
So I'd be like, in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna slow down time and uh go and move this statue. You'd know, okay, he's about to do this whole slow down time and move that statue
Yes.
with his next left foot is gonna be the next step he's gonna take. That kind of
Yes.
thing.
hmm
Okay, okay. I mess with that. I
And
feel
the thing
like
is,
we all could really.
and the thing is, I can't really do much about it. I just know. You know what I'm saying?
You
It's not
just
like
would
I have a
know.
way to
Yeah,
combat that. I just know.
yeah. And I think that's where my crutch would be for like, I only can go back like 24 hours or I only can. Well, I don't know if I only can go back 24 hours and I can't like double up on it. Let me clarify that. I can't double up.
So you can't
So
go back and then go
I
back
can't go
more.
back 24 hours and then just keep going back. I
Yeah.
only can do it that one time and then that's
Okay.
it
So
for that
would
moment.
that extend to the same thing as in if you go forward 5 minutes and then the next like you can't go forward again until you either go back or you're
Um
saying you just can't you just no matter
I
what you
can't
can't
double
go.
up on going back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't double up on going back.
What if it's within
And
24 hours? So what if you go back 12 minutes and you go back another 15?
I can do that. You can as long as
Okay.
it's in the parameter of 24 hours.
It's
I'm not.
so as long as you don't go past the exact second to when you jump forward.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That seems a little smart instead of being a little OP if I could just keep going back. Like
Yeah.
24 hours, not enough. And I think that should be like it should be like a cooldown. Maybe I have to wait a day to do the 24-hour time back again. Yeah, I'll do like a day. That'll work. I like that. I like everyone's choice.
Because at that point, once you go back 24 hours, it becomes 24 hours again. You just go back to where you were.
Yeah, you would just keep going back to where you were. So
you can you can just never go back past 24 hours.
You would never go back past that. So you couldn't just keep going back and picking a new location you wanted to be in.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and I couldn't go back to the point where I didn't exist. Clarify that.
Okay.
That would make any sense. Yeah.
But
Okay.
then
So
too, once you go back, like it would affect your present. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm actually if I go back, it will affect the present in a way that it doesn't like start a time paradox. I don't.
Okay, so
I
also
hope it doesn't
yeah,
do
and here's another thing too. So dude, this is my thing, bro. Time travel and the in and outs. I love this. So if you were to go back in time, do you keep the knowledge of that you had when you went forward, or you strictly just go back?
Oh yeah, I'm outside of the time parameter to.
Okay,
I will
so
know
you
everything.
keep that knowledge. It's just the world around you goes back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all basically, if I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this," and then I reverse back, y'all wouldn't know about what I was about to go. Y'all, it would be like I'm just telling y'all for the first time.
Unless I'm currently reading your mind as you go back in time, then I'm just gonna.
Unless you'd currently know, you'd be like, "Dang, he just went back, that bastard."
And then I would know everything that you know.
Yes, and you would know.
If you're
Okay,
as long
he
as you're
went back
thinking it
on
in
this
real time,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, he went back on this day. He's thinking about that right now. And he's thinking about what he's gonna do right now.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And yeah, and
Or what he
that's where
just
my cap
did.
comes in, is it has to be in real time. And so for you, real time is whatever you make your time.
Yeah, man.
So
Just make it
so say for
clean.
example, you're going like you're jumping forward like I don't know, 12 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm within 20 feet of you, my mind is going to be straight racing for 12 hours.
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Technically speaking,
Your mind would keep on
because
going.
I would be
Technically,
in person, but part of it would just go 12 hours ahead.
you basically
Because
would jump.
because
You'd
if
be
you
like right
because
there. You'd be.
yeah, because if you jump forward in time, it's not like you're physically moving; it's just time.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
imagine to like a regular person just seeing a guy just stand there for 12 hours because you went forward, but for them it's still real time.
And I wonder if like because I have the parameter where I can speed something up itself, so I could physically be
Yeah,
like,
I know,
all right,
but I'm saying
I
is
want
because since you have control over time, it's just funny. You can do both. You can do it to where
I want
you
this to
perceive it
rust.
as you perceive it as zooming forward, but it's actually just real time as another person at the same time. Because again, you have control over time in its entirety, and base of time
Mm-hmm.
a construct. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ins and outs of it that you can just do.
You
Yeah,
know, it'd
yeah.
be cool too. Like if you could go forward, or have you guys seen that app where it's like the before and after effects? Like
Face app,
you hop, huh?
face
No,
app.
no, no. I'm talking about like let's say you hop and then you hop backwards, and it's like different position. I don't know how to explain it. It's this app where it's like okay, like it's one person, but there's three positions. Like the first point is you might be kneeling, then you hop backwards, and then I can't explain it. I'll have to show you guys the app,
What's the
but
name of the app? Because that's a suggestion.
I forgot.
Dang, bro.
I'll send
That's
it to you.
very
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah,
Let me
let us
look it
know
up.
so we can link it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
Let me look it up.
But yeah. So in junction, all of our powers could really be used together in a really
That's what I'm
nice,
saying. It'd be so sick to have
productive
that as
way.
like a comic. Yeah.
Heck yeah, I'd have Tyler figure out what we gonna do. Have Aiden know what the bad guy's gonna do because I'm the bad guy.
Well, I was just saying yeah.
Oh no, we can start piloting this right now.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do that right now. We'll save that for a later episode.
yeah. No, we'll get to, and maybe the next episode we'll get to.
We make
Maybe
our own
we'll get.
sidekicks.
Our own sidekicks. That's
Oh
funny.
no, I don't. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. Well, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'll
Got
think about
Tyler's
it.
mind
Because like
racing.
Batman had Robin,
Yeah,
but Batman didn't always have Robin. Because like
What you say,
Batman.
Tyler? My bad. My bad. I'm
Oh,
understand.
I was just saying like Batman has Robin, but Robin is not always with Batman every time Batman's fighting. the bad guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe an episode for arch nemesis where we'd have to come up with an arch nemesis for.
Yours would just be Boombox Man.
Well, it's too simple. Well, there's still some
No,
layers to
well,
my character.
no, but
Add
your
on.
arch nemesis would just be Miley Cyrus.
Would just be Miley. It would be Miley Cyrus.
Or maybe he'd be a Miley Cyrus fan. That'd be, you know.
Oh gosh.
Oh my
So
god.
you're
His arch nemesis
I think-
is Liam Hemsworth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
That's funny.
is he still a fan? Because they divorced.
I know. I'm just joking.
If he's still a fan, he's still got like a shrine over in his house.
I mean, he's married now. He's got or he's remarried or so
Oh, he's still got that shrine.
probably. Yeah.
I mean, he is Liam Hemsworth. It shouldn't be hard for him.
To
Yeah.
hide a shrine.
Well, it shouldn't be hard for his. Well, it shouldn't be hard for his brother. I mean, his brother's the bigger star, Chris.
It doesn't matter. He's still a Hemsworth.
Yeah, true.
Like
And,
all
and
birds.
honestly, if Chris didn't have the Marvel role, who would know who he is?
From
like,
Cabin in the
really.
Woods.
But that's what I'm saying. That movie's not like
I didn't know he was
that
in that.
big. You know what I mean?
It's holding up. It's holding
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods was not that big.
No, it wasn't. But I mean, like, people are
I'm
going
talking
back
about,
to it now, realizing,
Hemsworth. I'm talking about Hemsworth. I didn't know he was in the film. I like Cabin in the Woods. It's a good horror film.
Yeah. I think it's holding up to the test of time, to be honest, though, because
Mhm, yeah.
it's still a commentary on the horror genre as how it is still to this day.
Who's the
Like,
chick in
Yeah.
that film? I keep forgetting her name. The blonde.
the blonde chick. Oh yeah, I don't know.
She's pretty bad.
From what movie?
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Can't think of the actress name, but yeah.
How far did you see into it, Jesse?
I don't know. It was on FX. Like I turned to it and then I watched like 20
all the
minutes.
time. No, seriously, he's right about that. Cabin in the Woods came on FX all the time.
Yeah.
My favorite part
Every
of
week.
that
It was one
movie-
of those movies that they'd show every weekend.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that movie is seeing Dana get totally destroyed by that zombie.
Hey, don't tell the movie.
It was on the back of the camera, and no one paid attention to it. So it just kept on happening. She was getting her butt whooped. She was like coughing up blood. Everyone was just having a party, having a good old time. She's getting totally like WWE Raw SmackDown in the back. It's hilarious. I think that's some good comedy right there. 'Cause they draw attention to stuff like that, and then they also make a comedy and joke about it in a way. I think
So
it's
she's
pretty
getting a Raw
clever.
SmackDown.
She was getting WWE Raw SmackDown by the zombie, and no one else was paying attention to it because they was having a whole conga line in the back. It was funny.
Wow.
Okay, guys, so we're rambling. We want to.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up. But that was a really good picks, guys. I'm really like the choices we had, and the weaknesses are pretty good. It's always and forever will be analog clocks. Just throw an analog clock. But nah. So I don't know how to wrap this up. Actually, Tyler, you do the closer because I don't. Or is it just
Well, for one, we can for starters, we can have J May tell our viewers, those of you who are listening, whether it be for the first time or if you are an avid subscriber or want to be a subscriber, J May, what do they need to do?
Well, actually, before he
Please.
does that, strictly subscribing and following is not only the thing to do. You can also go on other platforms and follow us.
Oh yeah, let's plug that. Go ahead.
As well as our YouTube channel, you can now follow our podcast on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify. So if you just search Queen City Psychos, you will find our podcast, same image and everything on any of those platforms. So if you listen to podcasts on those platforms and you wish to, you want us to expand to those, well, guess what? We have now, and you can go follow us. I will place the link to each one of them in the description. So if you have a more preferred platform than YouTube, well, guess what? you more than likely have it now.
We told you guys we were going to expand.
It took us longer than we wanted to, but we finally have.
Okay, so if you like this episode and you want to check out more content, or you want to get notifications from us as soon as we post or drop anything, Jay may tell our viewers what they need to do.
Please like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow us on the other platforms, which will be in the description.
And hit the notification bell.
Yes, that's right.
Very.
And also, fellas, I want to let these guys know. Feel free to because this was something that E-Man came up with. I found this to be a really fun and interesting exercise. If you guys want to leave in the comment section what superpower you would choose and what sense that you would choose to heighten and what weakness would you have, feel free to do so. We'd love to hear back from you guys to see what some of the choices that you guys came up with. All right, so if there's nothing else, we thank you for joining us for another episode of the Queen City Psychos podcast. This is Sir John Legion, along with Jay May, E-Man, and Aidan Higgins. We are back producing content at a much more daily rate. Oh yes, much frequent rate. Like I said, do what Jay May instructed. Listen to the Lord with the sword when he says, "Well, okay." I don't know where I was going. Get that out. But yeah,
definitely not me, sir.
I know. That was my bad. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you soon. Peace.